People say airports are places of goodbyes and reunions, but that winter evening, Gate 14 became the place where a feared mafia boss met a lost little girl who asked him a question no one had ever dared to ask: "Are you lost too, mister?" He had ordered cities to silence. He had broken men with a glance. He never paused for anyone, until a small hand tugged his coat and shifted the entire direction of his life. What he did next shocked everyone in the terminal, and changed two destinies forever. The airport was overflowing with chaos, delayed flights, trembling announcements, rushing passengers. But among that noise, Vincent Moretti walked alone, defiant and silent, like a storm wearing a suit. Everyone knew him as the Iron Wolf, a mafia boss no one dared to cross. His face was unreadable, his eyes sharp, and the weight of his past hung on his shoulders like a shadow he could never escape. He wasn't there to travel. He was escaping a life that had taken too much, a betrayal that had shattered his organization, and a loneliness he could no longer outrun. His men had turned on him. His most trusted friend had whispered lies into the ears of rivals. And the last thing Vincent wanted was to be recognized. Southwest He chose the place where no one looks into anyone's eyes, an international airport. While sitting in the far corner near Gate 14, trying to disappear, he heard small footsteps. Soft. Hesitant. Not afraid, just lonely. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, wearing a pink jacket too big for her tiny frame, carrying a backpack shaped like a bunny, walked up to him. Her eyes were red as if she had been crying, but there was something gentle in her expression, something that disarmed even a man like Vincent. She stopped in front of him, looked up, and asked in a trembling but innocent voice, "Are you lost too, mister?" Vincent froze. No gun pointed at him had ever made him feel this way. He cleared his throat. "No, kid. I'm not lost." She sniffed and hugged her bunny backpack. "Then why do your eyes look like my eyes, when I'm lost?" That single sentence cracked something inside him. Vincent looked away, uncomfortable. This girl saw through him, something no adult could ever manage. "What's your name?" he asked eventually. "Leah," she whispered. "My mommy went to get our tickets, but she didn't come back. I waited. But she never came back. And now people keep walking, and nobody stops." Her voice broke. Vincent's face hardened, not at her, but at the world that could leave a child abandoned in a crowd. Memories of his own childhood flashed, cold nights, no one to rely on, a mother he lost too early. He saw himself in her trembling hands, in her forced bravery. He lowered himself to her height. "Leah, you're not alone anymore." Her little hand slipped into his coat sleeve. It wasn't fear, it was trust, and that trust, unexpected and pure, shook the Iron Wolf to his core. Vincent stood up with Leah's hand in his. The airport suddenly felt different, less noisy, more threatening. Not because of danger to him, but because something tiny, warm, and fragile depended on him now. He guided her to the information desk. "We're looking for her mother," he said calmly. The staff stared too long at him, recognizing him, sweating nervously. But he didn't care. His voice softened only when he spoke to Leah. "We'll find her. I promise." Minutes turned into an hour. The airport screens flickered. Announcements echoed. People rushed past. Leah sat beside Vincent, legs swinging, head leaning on his arm. He noticed her shivering and draped his expensive coat, worth thousands, over her shoulders. "You're like a big mountain," she murmured sleepily. "A mountain," he frowned. "Yes. You look scary, but you feel warm." He looked away, swallowing emotions he didn't know how to handle. When airport security approached, Vincent instinctively stepped forward, protective. "She's with me," he said firmly. They explained they found CCTV footage. Leah's mother had collapsed near the entrance and was taken to the emergency first aid room. She had fainted from exhaustion. 3 jobs, no sleep, single mother trying to start a new life. The moment Leah heard this, tears filled her eyes. "Is mommy okay? Can we go to her? Please?" Vincent nodded and lifted her into his arms. "For you. Always." As he carried her through the terminal, something strange happened. The feared mafia boss, always alone, always cold, felt a warmth spreading in his chest, a responsibility that felt good. When they reached the medic room, Leah leapt from his arms and ran to her mother, who woke up weak but smiling. The reunion was messy, emotional, full of tears and relieved laughter. Leah's mom looked at Vincent with confusion. "Who are you?" He hesitated. For the first time in years, he didn't want to be known as a mafia boss. "I'm just someone who was lost," Vincent said quietly, "until your daughter found me." The mother's eyes softened with gratitude. Leah returned to him, hugging his leg. Mister, will you disappear now? He kneeled. Do you want me to? She nodded shyly. Only if you promise you won't be lost again. He touched her cheek gently. I won't be. Not anymore. But destiny wasn't done with them. As he turned to leave, Leah's mom called out softly, Sir, you saved my daughter. If you ever need a place to rest, a warm meal, you'll find it with us. For a man who had built walls higher than skyscrapers, her words were the first doorway he had been offered in years. Vincent walked away, but not as a mafia boss. He walked away as a man who, for the first time, had a reason to come back.